It's happy hour again at the Banter Bar. I'm Shane.
And I'm Toby.
Welcome back, folks. As you can see, more beer, questions beneath the beer, ain't much changed. What has changed that you might notice is our friend Joseph. He's been kind of busy at work. So we're going to turn the show into more of a rotating co-host thing. And Toby stepping up to the plate. 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 So we've gotten some positive feedback anyway. And we look forward to, in the coming weeks, showing you who else we've got behind the camera. And I hope we're all ready to have some fun. But enough of that. Let's try these beers. Which way do you want to go? Does it matter?
It doesn't matter to me.
Let's start with Labatt Blue then. I don't remember. It's Pilsners, Cream Ales, and Dunkels, right?
Yeah.
There's two of each.
How long would you wait in a roller coaster line that wasn't moving before giving up and leaving?
Labatt Blue is a Canadian Pilsner, by the way. I don't know the significance there, but I would guess they're using ingredients from Canada. So, cold temperature
when
stuff.
you're saying somebody else's language type words, if you're saying it right.
Right.
We're probably butchering it,
Yeah.
but it's Labatt.
Canadians, feel free to let us know in the comments. We're sorry. We really are. I mean, yeah. Smells like a light Pilsner. It's got a lemon or lime citrus note on the top, but
It is it's a beer.
yeah.
It's a very almost tasteless Pilsner.
You think it's tasteless?
A little bit.
I still get the citrus I'm picking up. It's definitely a foreign hop, more the sort of thing that I like. So that American beer thing you're not going to get. It's more of like European for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's very gentle, though. You're not going to get much. I think if you were drinking it out of the bottle, you probably wouldn't taste anything.
Right.
Maybe what you're getting at. I'm feeling all right about that one. I'm going to say 7? 7.
Wow.
Yeah. I could drink it. A lot of it. Wouldn't be mad at it.
It is drinkable, but it's a 4 for me.
Yeah.
It's just...
You're not going to take too much away from it.
Right.
So how long would you wait in line? In a roller coaster?
For a roller coaster,
Before giving up and leaving.
if the line's not moving, an hour? With the line moving, I've waited an hour and a half or so. So probably about an hour.
I'm hard-headed. I feel like firstly, I hate fucking waiting in line, period.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make up my mind before I even jump in that bitch as to whether or not this is worth it to me.
Right.
And if it is, I'm in for the long haul. So, especially if the line is moving, if I sized it up before and I was wrong about how long it was going to be, I'm going to be the idiot that stands there for like 4 or 5 hours and just ruin my entire day. And I'd be mad at myself, not at the line. But normally I wouldn't even jump in the line to begin with. I fucking hate waiting in lines for roller coasters.
Okay. If it's moving, I could see waiting a couple of hours. But if it's not moving, I'm done.
Next beer is a cream ale. Kentucky Vanilla Barrel Cream Ale.
Aged in bourbon barrels.
Yeah.
This one's going to have some good flavor, I think. So the question is, how common do you think intelligent life is in the universe?
Oh, yeah.
It finishes with more vanilla than you taste.
Yeah.
Which takes away from that burnt wood flavor I think you were worried about on the bourbon barrel.
It mellows it out. Gives it more of like a root beer vibe, but super vanilla root beer.
Have you had the Dr. Pepper cream soda?
No, because they don't make it caffeine free, and I've been
free.
Yes.
Okay, so this tastes like a cream soda root beer.
Yeah.
If they were to mix the two instead of, or root beer float maybe.
Yeah.
This is good.
The only thing I'd add there is you're not getting too much sugar. You know, some of the cream sodas, root beers, some of those feel very sugary. This isn't quite that. It's just much more like vanilla.
Yeah. I think I would have to rate this a 7. This is really, really great.
I'm going to go 7 again. I will say this is special. I couldn't see me drinking a whole lot of it.
Right. I could drink a 6-pack of the vanilla.
Intelligent life in the universe. And its commonality. What were you thinking, by the way?
Do you consider intelligent
my baseline would be...
I can't remember the word for this.
Self-aware.
Self-aware.
You know what I mean?
Is that... Yeah. Animals can be intelligent, which we're all animals, but animals can be intelligent, but they're not self-aware. So you want self-aware, intelligent life.
To the degree that they can reflect and create, you know, better lives for themselves and get beyond their natural environment.
I like the saying of, to consider there is no life force in the other life in the universe is like taking a tablespoon of water out of the ocean and saying wells don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's way more common than what we know of.
Yep. I would agree. And I think it's, you know, if you looked at different times, it was probably less common than it has become.
Okay.
Because stars have been there for longer. Universes are,
right.
You know, the universe is less chaotic than it was just because galaxies are moving further and further away from each other. So less collision. I don't know. I think we're going to find someday that it's pretty common, even if we don't interact with a lot of it or don't have the ability to interact with a lot of it.
Okay.
I think it exists.
So we're on the same page.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I definitely believe aliens exist. I've talked about on the podcast. I just don't think they're coming here.
Yeah.
But that's...
Some would say they've already been here and don't see any reason to come back.
That's a possibility, too. That's not to downplay, or that's not to knock people who think aliens are visiting. So I just think we're on different pages as far as evidence that we accept in our, you know, baseline for critical thinking in that regard.
Right.
We're just on different pages. I think we all want to believe that, you know, there's other life out there. So how do you pronounce this, Toby?
I would pronounce it Warsteiner.
Yeah. I don't know if I disagree or not. I didn't want to say it. We both love this beer. We have for a long time, so yeah.
What's your best New Year's experience been so far?
I think what I love about this is it actually smells like milk chocolate. You know what I mean? Like there's that gentle hint. I know it's not going to taste that way. It's going to taste like a dark bread. But
it does. It does have. I've never noticed that.
Or
that's
what's the
a great comparison?
Tootsie Roll, maybe. It's somewhere in that vicinity.
Yeah.
Oh, Still beautiful. I'll say 9.
I gotta say 10. I could buy a little mini keg and keep in the fridge of that.
It wouldn't last long.
It would not.
Damn, that's good.
So what's your best New Year's experience so far?
I struggle to remember a lot of New Year's experiences. You know, we get kind of lit sometimes. The one that always comes to mind for me, though, was my mom rented some hotel rooms in downtown Fort Worth. Okay. And y'all were there.
Yes.
You and your wife, that is. You're married. Yeah. Sorry, ladies. Calm down on it. He's taken. But yeah, we walked around the downtown area. I think we saw fireworks. It was Christmassy.
Big Christmas tree set up, and
the food and the drink and just watching the downtown area with people everywhere. You couldn't, just thinking about that right now during the whole pandemic thing seems like the most dangerous thing of all time, but it was really nice.
That one was fun.
Had my first really, really good deep dish pizza experience that night at Uno's. Yeah, it was nice. You?
I agree with what Shane said. That's a very limited remembrance of nights. I like that one. That one was fun. And that was something we experienced together with our wives. And a lot of family around us.
I think what booted that one up from it's always cool to sit at the house and drink and Happy New Year and all that. And we try to remember or celebrate but you get to a point in life somewhere in your 30s where New Year's is just like, let's just stay home this year. Not make a big deal out of it. Maybe we'll fucking go to sleep before midnight just because we can. So to have that experience come along out of nowhere like that was really cool.
Yeah. So what is next?
Grolsch. You ever had Grolsch?
No, but it sounds gross.
Doesn't it? It's like right there in the name. That's what you think. And it comes in this green bottle. And now, what's interesting about this is they sell these in 6-packs, but they also sell them in 4-packs. Okay. And they're the larger ones with like the pop tops that come off. Right. Yeah.
The square bottles?
They're not square. They're circular. Okay. Some of those are square. But yeah, they've got like the little chains that just pop the top off and you can put it back on. That had no influence on my original. It's just a cool factoid if you're looking for that.
You want the question?
I do. I was a little freaked out when I first saw it because...
So was I.
Because the words chop off. When does hair become too long? Ask my wife. Because apparently it was recent. So when I started having to use the clips to go anywhere we were going, yeah. Please cut that off. Okay.
Gross.
It smells very different than most things. I don't really know how to explain that. It's right now for some reason, and I've never had this experience with this beer, but it's almost like grape juice. Like a white grape juice is the smell that I'm getting. There we are.
For a Pilsner, it's definitely got something behind it, some flavor with it.
Yeah,
it's better than the Labatt.
I will agree. But that gives you a lot of wiggle room, and me not so much.
That is true. I'd probably rate it as a 6. That's a good beer.
Yeah. And I think taste and mood and everything else contributes to ratings and whatnot. So It's a little silly that we do this anyway, but it's fun.
Yeah.
There are certain nights where I know I would have called this a 10.
Okay.
Just really in the mood for a Pilsner.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go that crazy. I'll say 8. I do think it's special. And it's pretty cheap, too. So you can't go wrong. What about you with head hair?
When does head hair become too long? I've never had long hair. Heather my wife would love for me to grow my hair out long.
Really?
Yeah. But, yeah, if it starts getting into my ears and I have to do this too much, I'm done. Okay. I'm cutting it.
I was trying to find out for real, like how long would too long be? But apparently I'm not meant to have long hair. So. It is what it is. But I can't shave my head either. There's all these rules. And every time I ask when like I'm right in the middle territory, like you're okay, you don't need to change anything. Like, what would you like for me to do? Because I would like to, be pleasing to you. Yeah. However I look, whatever. And it's always, I don't really care. But then if I go outside of those boundaries, yes, then she cares.
Yeah. So when does it actually become too long for you, though? I don't know that you answered that.
I don't know that I've found out.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, growing it out recently felt great because honestly, to still have the ability to grow hair out or whatnot feels really good. Yeah. I'm scared every year. You're just inching closer, and especially with like the kids that just drive you nuts. I feel like I'm going grayer by the day, and just keep waiting to wake up like you can't even grow your hair out now.
I think I'd rather go gray than bald, though.
Agreed. Good old Wexford Irish-style cream ale, which is a Nitro Draught. Oh, we got a bubbler. But it didn't go too far. Let's give it the test. It passes the test. Again, no matter how heavy we pour this, it should not come over the edge. And it doesn't. That's the nitrogen.
This is going to be good.
It's light. I didn't realize that. I thought this was like Guinness. This is
more like Boddington's.
Yeah, Boddington's. I had this rated pretty high in my personal ratings.
Okay.
And when I got together for the podcast, got together with the guys from the Semi-Friendly podcast to record a show, I gave them some beers. And when they tried it, Austin talked about this tasting like soy sauce. Ooh. So I'm trying to get that out of my head. But now it's in your head. What's our question?
Who have you seen nude or partially nude that you weren't meant to? Well, cheers.
I can't smell anything. That's that protective head. Soy sauce? Does it make you crave sushi?
Not soy sauce. I don't get soy sauce out of that. But I don't get close to Boddington's either.
I'm closer to Boddington's definitely than I am soy sauce. So it's very smooth, which it would need to be because it's nitro. Creamy. It's just, I'm trying to think, like if you took a cream ale kind of flavor and mixed it with the Grolsch and a nitro, you're kind of in the same vicinity.
Okay.
I like it.
It's not horrible.
It's kind of hard to go wrong with a nitro, though. Like, we don't talk about that enough. Like we look for fruity beers that are like wines that you can give to people that don't like beer.
Right.
Or things that don't have much flavor. This is super flavorful, but the the creaminess of it, I think, might make it a lot easier for someone to take on. So
I could see that.
I would not drink it straight out of the can or anything. Definitely pour it into a cup.
Yeah. That's the meaning behind a nitro, isn't it? Just to pour it and give it some time to air. I'd probably rate this a 5. It's a decent beer.
Man, I'm high up on the ratings tonight, but I'm gonna say 8 again. I like it.
So who have you seen nude or partially nude that you weren't meant to?
Well, this could be kind of embarrassing, so I'm not gonna name any names. I will say I saw a friend topless on her wedding day, accidentally, walking through a house looking for, the person I was with. Mm-hmm. I did find that person in a room with the rest of the bridesmaids and the topless bride, who quickly turned as I walked into the room and said, "Hi, Shane." Yeah.
All right.
And it's funny because I don't remember the visual.
Yeah.
That stuff like that has happened to me a few times, and I always block it out. I'll remember what I was thinking or what was said instead of, seeing the thing that I wasn't supposed to see. What about you?
I don't know that I have an answer for this.
That might be a good thing.
Yeah, if I know somebody's in a predicament where they need to be nude or partially nude, I give them space. So I don't know that I've ever walked in on anybody. I don't think I have a true answer for that.
Okay.
That are like you said, I blocked it out.
Yeah.
Just blocked it out.
Probably for the best.
Hate not to answer your question, but I don't.
That is an answer.
I don't have a.
I think that's something that gets misunderstood or misinterpreted too sometimes. Is not everyone's going to have an answer to every question, and you don't have to. Sometimes it is a good thing that you don't have an answer to a question.
Yeah. That's better.
And then our final, which is another Dunkel. This time from Franconia. Which, yeah, that's what I thought. It's McKinney, Texas. It's very, very local. It's within 30 miles. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I just had foam still in the cup. Yeah, it wasn't going anywhere.
So what do you tend to do most when you're drunk? That is our question. Franconia. Ooh. There's something sour about it.
I was going to say the smell is it's not even raisins. It's darker than that. It's like a sour prune bag. Like you opened it and got a whiff of it. Which is it's kind of a good thing here because you'll see us trying a Dunkel and giving it really high ratings. If you just go into a store and buy a Dunkel, you're not guaranteed a good experience. Yeah. Not all Dunkels are created equally. That's for damn sure. It's not like your Nitros.
To where I feel like most Bocks would be. If you go in and buy a Shiner Bock or a Ziegen Bock, they're going to be similar.
Kind of sour.
I told you, there's something sour there.
Damn. Whew.
It just, man, that's... It's not bad.
No,
it's just not expected.
My expectations were completely in the wrong place. This is like a dark sour.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to lie, I kind of like, but at the same time, it has me a little concerned. Like, I'm not trying to run to the restroom between takes here, you know,
right.
to blow it up. And this reminds me of prunes.
I go back and forth. I take a drink and I think I can finish it. That's decent. Then I take another drink and I think, no, I'm done with that. That's nasty.
It's also got like sour wine. Like a sour red wine, very basic red wine. So if that sounds at all interesting to you, you might enjoy this, but the going back and forth, I would agree. And that has to say something not great about the beer, you know? I'll give it a 5. I'm feeling middle of the road with it. I can't say good.
I think the back and forth makes me go to a lower rating. I'm going to have to say a 3. Because if I'm going back and forth of, it's okay, or no, that's just not, it's unpleasant. That's a 3.
Okay.
What do you tend to do most when you're drunk?
Well, you're around me when I'm drunk, so what do you think?
Once I say my answer, I have a feeling you're going to agree.
Talk?
Eat.
Okay.
Eat.
That's more of like a sobering up thing. It's more than you would eat sober. That's for damn sure. That's how I feel. Talk. That's me. It's not Toby. Don't get me wrong. You get talkative.
I do.
But you don't
I think everybody does.
You don't wake up the next day and hear, you know, you were fucking talking last night. You were talking.
I eat. And I feel like if I go to a restaurant or something and I have a beer or something, I can just keep putting food away more so than if I was sober. So if I'm drunk, I can eat.
It's a good experience. That's why when we talked about what pairs well with what food, there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
It's because the drunker you get, the better food tastes.
Yeah, that's...
Anyway, let's keep the conversation going in the comments. And we'll see you next week. Same time, same place, for another round at the Banter Bar. This is Toby.
That's a shame.
In case you forgot. We'll see you folks next time.
Peace.
I'll just leave you a little sip in case you want to go back.
I appreciate the sip. I think I could drink quite a bit of this.
I just want to see how it feels in my mouth.
I guess we'll see you next time.
On the Banter Bar.